Welcome back to FedBiz Exchange. I'm Michelle Brown, your coach and your mentor. Many of you had been asking for a live session with me on how to win DLA contracts using DIBS. Well, last Saturday, I had that session, and many of you may not have known about it or you didn't know we were having the session, but it was a huge success. And I think it's only fair to allow those of you that are new to government contracting to have that experience to understand what it means to start winning government contracts with DLA, selling DLA products that they need urgently, and how to use this program to build your multi-million-dollar enterprise. So let's get into it. Now, if you want to listen to the entire session, you have the option by clicking on the link in the comment section, and you can listen to the entire session. Really quick, before we get started, I want to let you guys know that we are having a 3-day holiday sale, November 27th through November 30th. If you try to get in the program under the original price of $9.99, now is the time. But remember, you have 3 days. Just click on the link in the comments section and get immediate access to the program for $9.99. Now let's get into it.
There are people winning. Let's go on to the winners. I want to talk about this. There are people winning now. These are the ones that were willing to come on camera. There are more. I have to tell you, I am so proud that I don't even know. I'm just beside myself of, you guys really taking this information, because it is the easier place to start. You could start with services. Services, I have successful people in services too. I have maybe only a couple of people that will come on camera. Jessica's one of them. I still mentor her. We're very close. And she talked about winning in medical staffing, but I feel like the DLA is less intimidating. It gets you guys to really understanding what you need to do, and it helps you to focus, which means not only are you doing or can you do products, but then you can move to services and you can do both. Some of you don't want to do services. Personally, I don't do services. You know why? I don't have time. I'd have to build a whole nother team. It's so much for me with services. I have too much to do. I have now this manufacturing products. That's my thing. Even though I only learned DLA because of a client that I was coaching. He was a veteran and he didn't know how to do it, him and his team. And I'm that person that says, I'll bet I'll figure it out. And we did. And he won. And I showed him how to do it. It was scary for him at first, but it's exactly the same with all of these people. So Richard down here below, you guys have probably seen Richard as my first DLA mentee, protege, willing. Notice I say willing. We got to start sharing more. We have to, because there is so much out there for everybody. We don't need to act scared like we can't all win. I want nothing but, if you know me, you've heard me say this, I want nothing but millionaires and billionaires around me. That may sound arrogant to some of you, but that's what I do. I am here to serve you and help you. Not just be, like I said earlier, like me, better than me. Most of you are the future. A lot of you are very young. So I look forward to you guys delving in. But Richard was my first that was willing to share. And he opened the door for other people to share. Richard is probably on his like 7th, maybe even 10th contract. I don't know. He and I are very close too, but we're both so busy that I hardly get to talk to him the way that I want. But he is one of my superstars. He's on his way. He has a $250,000 contract. He doesn't just do DIBS anymore because other agencies contacted him. He did something for NASA, much like sooner than later, meaning he won 2 contracts. NASA was his 3rd. It was small, and all of these people started small. This one right here, Lisa, while we were at our Q&A on Wednesday, if you were in the Q&A, you know what I'm talking about. Lisa, while she was literally in the Q&A, just received an award where they're going to buy up to $250,000 from her through her DLA. She won 2 awards at one time, her first award, and then before she could get in to see me for her one-on-one, she had a second award, and this up to 250,000 is her third award. Okay. So, and then Simeon, he just won his first one. He just wrote to me and sent a letter to the team saying, you know, tell Michelle I'm about to win another one. So, and then Victoria, she's in my medical staffing course, and she just told us in the medical staffing course, she just got a second award. So, you know, this is amazing. And Michael is doing some bigger things. He wants to go into service more, and he and I are working on what is the right strategy for him. He actually won his first product that he won was not a small product that he could just like package on his own. Because you guys, those of you that know me, and if you're in the course, you know that I teach you to start small. There are a lot of reasons why I teach you to start small, but we'll get to that. But in summary, one of the things is you can fund yourself. You don't need money from other places. You only need between, you know, maybe, and in some cases, some of these people like Lisa and another lady that's not on here that won, I haven't interviewed her yet, they only spent a couple $100 for their first product and they win the award. This is why this is so, I mean, I knew this was good, but I didn't know you guys would get it the way you're getting it. And it just, it's so fascinating to me to see that people are just following step by step. They're getting the energy, they're doing the research, they're doing the homework, they're setting aside the time, and they win. You know, so that could be you, and it needs to be you if you are serious about being an entrepreneur. I'll talk to you about some other things that concern me. You know, and I'll just say it. I don't like people to think of government contracting as serious business. You have to want to build a real business. This is no game. This is not a get rich quick scheme, even though you could. These people, every last one of them, well, except for Lisa and Simeon, they didn't win within 3 weeks. Took them a little bit longer because Lisa is an educator and she's very research oriented and detailed. So she had to find the right thing for her. And you saw her on the short video that I did. Simeon, he's kind of quiet, but he talks to me. Simeon had to find his strategy too. But everybody else that's winning, they're doing it very quickly. Some of them, like Richard, he chose to do what I did, which was funny to me. A lot of people choose, okay, Michelle did bolts. That was my first contract, was bolts. And yeah, it felt kind of easy, but at first it didn't because I couldn't get manufacturers to, I felt like some of the manufacturers, and I did it myself, I didn't have my team do it. Some of them acted like they were intimidated by me being a woman calling and asking about hardware. I had to do these things myself because I have to know what's going to happen so that I can teach you. So that's why I say I'm one of you. What I'm doing with my manufacturing and how I'm having to sell on a bigger level to the government and negotiating with them, yes, it's millions and millions of dollars, but guess what? I'm going to come back and teach you how to do that. I have to, because that's the only way you're going to know. And I don't want you to go through the same pitfalls, which I didn't have a lot, but my first $200,000 plus contract with DLA, I had some pitfalls. Some of you know about that. My manufacturer messed up the labeling. So that's another story. Okay, so let's get into, this is another person. She wrote to me on LinkedIn, and she actually learned from some of my free information that I had out there for DLA.